God is
Hello,
in control.
everybody. I'm
We
Caleb.
believe that his
This is
people
Josh.
will not be forsaken.
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh,
So,
are you listening to 90s music?
bro, I am 90s music. What are you talking
Ew.
about? You're such a bigot.
Guys, scripturally inaccurate Christian 90s music is no different from scripturally inaccurate doctrine that's being taught in the world today. I'm sure you've all heard this phrase spoken by some of your Christian friends saying God is in control.
Christian-y friends, that was rude.
You've heard that? God is in control?
Yes.
Well, let's put it this way, okay? Let's say your relative is sick. Do you pray? What do you? No, God's in control. Let's say that your children, they're misbehaving in school. You get that warning up, they're cheating, they're lying. But guys, God's in control. You don't have to worry about that.
I got one.
Okay,
Since
yeah?
everybody already thinks that I'm mean anyway.
Yeah.
Let's say you gain 1,000 pounds because you're eating Krispy Kreme every day.
Okay.
Don't worry about your high cholesterol or your blood pressure or your diabetes because
God's in control. You don't have to diet. Okay. Well, okay.
I still love y'all. There's no hate.
I believe that phrase has been used for Christians to be inactive. That they may say they're surrendering their problems to God, but a lot of times it's just in fear. They don't want to deal with the circumstances of the day. The real truth is, guys, God is only in control if you let him be.
Oh, snap.
I mean, everybody's
it's my responsibility?
Look up scripture. Oh my gosh.
Quick.
Yes.
Genesis.
Find the scripture. Find the scripture that says God in control. I mean, I know he's omnipotent.
Wait, hold on.
He's all powerful.
It's
right?
in Zephaniah. No.
No,
It's in.
I know he's omniscient, he's all-knowing, and I know he upholds the universe with the word of his power, but the truth is you have to submit control to him because you were given control over this earth. How do we know that? In Genesis, you're almost right. Genesis
almost
1:26. What does that say?
It says, Then God said, Let us make man in our own image, according to our own likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. Psalm 8:4-6.
Okay.
What is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visit him? For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet.
So think of it this way, Josh. If the earth was put under God's control, then why did Satan even try to tempt Eve? I mean, it wouldn't have brought about the fall.
Okay.
The earth would have been fine. God could have forgiven Eve right there. But no, Adam sinned and the fall came. Animals started eating each other. We lost our immortality. We lost the glory of God, and pain and suffering came. So when we talk about God's in control, we recognize that authority was given to us. We gave up that authority to Satan. But then Yeshua came and he took that authority back with his death, burial, and resurrection. and we even know Daniel mentions this in Daniel 7:13-14. He prophesied this happening.
I was watching in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Then to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom, the one which shall not be destroyed.
So that what he's talking about is during the millennial reign, but Yeshua is worthy to take authority over the earth because he became man. And he became spotless man. And he took the keys away from the enemy. And he holds the keys to his father David. He is now worthy to assume control over this earth, but he chose to co-rule with us. And he went to heaven and he gave us authority. He says, you take care of things while I'm away. You take authority and dominion over this earth. And we even know that in the scripture in Mark 16:17-18. Yeshua says, in my name they will cast out demons, they will speak with new tongues, they will take up serpents. If they drink anything deadly, it will by no means hurt them. They will lay their hands on the sick and they will recover. So,
Okay,
awesome.
okay, I got one for you then.
Okay.
All right. So then, if that's the case,
Okay.
why do people say, why do good things happen to bad people?
So good things happen to bad people.
Good things happen. No, why do bad things happen to good?
It can work either way, Josh.
Either way.
Because man has dominion now, so if we mess up, that's why it's happening. You can't blame God, and people want to blame God for their circumstances. I'll put it to you this way. People, when they pray for someone for healing, for a miracle, sometimes they say, if it's God's will. because they don't want to be caught wrong if the miracle doesn't happen, if the healing doesn't happen. God, if it be your will, may my uncle come back to life, may this happen, may whatever. And people don't want to accept that responsibility that,
It says in the Bible,
it's God's
His
fault.
will.
It's really God's fault. But if you don't know God's will, do they really know the word? Because it's God's will for all healing, for all deliverance, for all prosperity. So if you don't know God's will, then you're not reading the word.
And if you don't know His will and you're not reading the Word, then you're missing out on the things that He's promised you and that He
that's
has
true.
for you.
So Josh, was it God's will for Hitler to rise to power?
Oh, no.
For all the Jews to die in the Holocaust?
No.
I don't believe so, because we're man, we're given dominion over this earth. So if something bad happens, if a foreign dictator rises up, starts massacring people, it's because we did not rise up. And we did not take authority, dominion.
Ouch.
We as Christians didn't confess, didn't believe. There's a quote that I believe is true. It says, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." It's true. We have to act on that authority Yeshua gave us. What about, Josh, the plagues of Egypt?
The plagues of Egypt.
Wasn't that God acting sovereignly? People say God was in control of that. Well, then why didn't God come 200 years earlier to deliver his people out of bondage?
Actions, choices of man.
Well, he had to use man. He had to use Moses. Moses had to take the staff, had to cast it down, had to say, "Thus saith the Lord." It's interesting, prophecy is still necessitated by man speaking the words of God. Otherwise, the prophecy will not be fulfilled. Ezekiel, what did he prophesy? He prophesied the nation of Israel becoming one again, being reborn. If he had not spoken to those dry bones and said, "Hear you dry bones, the word of the Lord, be made alive, come to life, bone and bone, sinew and sinew, breath enter you," then the nation of Israel would not have been reborn in 1948.
Just look at the
Absolutely
Great
true.
Commission. Very last thing
Okay.
Yeshua said, right?
What did he say?
He said, go.
Okay.
He didn't say sit. He didn't say wait. He didn't say let me do it. He said go and tell everybody about me, about what you've seen, about what's happened. The whole point is there is a responsibility that is
man.
on every
Yes.
man, woman, and child on this planet, and
Okay.
specifically on believers, because you know the truth, and it is your job to uphold and to defend the truth.
That's right.
Just as much as those who are doing what is wrong are unabashed, unashamed, and unafraid to stand for their position. It is our job to uphold the truth and not just say it's God's responsibility.
That's right.
When He has said, if you will do and act in the way that I've told you to, I give you the authority of my name.
That's right.
You are literally my, what's the?
Representative.
Representative, but in court. You are
Advocate?
one of those things. You know, when you have the attorney, the attorney's rights or whatever. So He's given us that.
You got me all flustered. I don't understand this law stuff. I only know Bible stuff. Point being, guys, is the Holy Spirit is a gentleman just as much as He's not going to force you to receive Him.
Power of attorney. Ha!
He's not going to manipulate you. He is not going to control you. He's not going to coerce you. But He will convict you to the truth.
Yep.
You have to make that choice.
Yep.
You are responsible for your own actions. You have to make that decision. And He will eventually, He's going to convict you. But if you keep on saying, no, He'll let you go. He'll surrender you to your reprobate mind. So it's up to us, Lord, guys, to take that authority and dominion over this earth. God will be in control if you surrender that control to Him. Satan also cannot control you unless you surrender to Him. Satan cannot control your thoughts. He cannot control your actions. You can't say the devil made me do it unless you surrendered over to Him. So this is how the power works in this earth now. It's always how it works. And that's why Messiah chose to co-rule with us. Even in the millennium, you're going to be ruling with Messiah.
Just think of it this way. You may be sitting there staring at a donut.
Yeah.
And every cell in your body says, donut, be in my mouth.
God's in
There's
control.
not one time in history that a donut has ever jumped off the table without the aid of something else into your mouth, past the teeth and gums and work out stomach and love handles, here I come. That's never happened without your choice. All right? So just like that, God says it's your choice, it's your responsibility.
That's right.
I give you authority in my name
That's right.
to do these things. So let's do them right.
So guys, James 4:7, submit yourself therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. We have that control, we just submit to God. It's very easy. You just got, it's not about doing nothing, it's about, Lord, do what you want to do, and I will follow. We love you.
To be fair, that box of donuts you have over there, I've seen 2 try to jump out, so maybe I'm not right. No, they didn't jump there in the box over there. I did good this morning. I ate an acai bowl.
They have sprinkles. It's very tempting.
Fresh fruits, things grown of the earth,
Oh, yeah. We love you
giving them
guys.
nutrients.
Join us next time.
Please.